What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another one. So today I'm going to be making 2 gaffs out of bamboo rods, and I'm going to be pretty much showing you along the way everything step by step. This way, if I make any mistakes, you guys don't make those mistakes. I'll show you guys a list of everything that we have on this table and get an idea of how much we spent altogether for everything, because I don't have that added up yet, but it's going to be a lot cheaper than buying one of these gaffs online. So without further ado, let's go ahead and let's get to it. All right, so first things first, here are the bamboo rods, and I purchased these online. Everything on this list, you guys, I'm gonna be dropping the link down below. But the bamboo gaffs, I purchased these. These were 7 feet tall when I first purchased them, and I did cut them down about 5 to 6 inches each. This one I did cut down 6 inches. This one 5 inches. This way they fit on the gunnels of my boat, so I've already measured them out. Next, you guys, gonna get your gaff heads. There are many choices out there. I wanted to go with stainless steel. It did take me a while to find some with the little these little rivets right here on the ends. The thing is with these is they have a short shank, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna epoxy these to the bamboo rods. Next, you're gonna get your torch. All right, and next, you guys, we have the epoxy. Next on the list is the rod butt tips. Next is your wrap. Now, there's a lot of colors, a lot of choices out there to go with. You can get the spiral one with the grip, which looks nice, but I wanted to go a different route, and you guys will see why later. Next, rope. I purchased a nylon braided line. This is gonna look better. And this is in a 1/8 size. It is very hard to find 1/8 braided line online. So what I did is my girlfriend goes, hey, why don't you try looking at shoelaces? I said, that's a good idea. So I went ahead and bought shoelaces. They come in packs like this on Amazon. So I got these in a 72 inch. So one pair, you put them together, is pretty long enough. That's what one pair looks like. And I glued these together. Next, epoxy for your shank. Tools, you're gonna need a drill, hammer, and your brushes. All right, and next, last but not least, you're gonna wanna get yourself a little torch. This way, once you get the epoxy on there, you can take out all the imperfections, all the bubbles. And yeah, you guys, let's get to it. All right, here we go. So the first thing you wanna do is you wanna line up your hook. Say right around there. That looks good. Next, you want to make your hole going straight. All right, that's perfect right there. Now I don't even have to use a hammer to hammer this in. I'm gonna put epoxy on this, and then on top of that, I wanna put a 120-pound test of a braid fishing line, and then use my regular nylon rope. You guys see that. All right, so on my next step, I'm gonna make sure that these are clean, wipe down, acetone. That's ready. Let's get the epoxy ready. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna epoxy these hooks onto the bamboo gaffs. And after that's done, we're gonna let these set, and then we're gonna continue this project tomorrow. So this is probably gonna take 3 days, three evenings. And I'll show you guys what I'm doing with these rubber bands. So this is 4 to 6 hours. You can get some that are quicker. This is just the only one they had at my local Home Depot. We're not in a rush, no hurry. Rather do this right. Next, we're gonna mix the epoxy. All right, let's go ahead and start this process. These hooks is I wish the shanks were a little bit longer, but since they're not, This is why I'm using the epoxy. Done with that one. All right, fellas, so we're pretty much done with step one. This is what it looks like. I'm gonna let them sit here overnight. Cure time is 15 hours. So we'll continue this process tomorrow. See you guys. It's day 2. Let me show you guys where we're at with these gaffs. They are pretty much cured. So you can see right here how this set nice. It's cured, it's ready to go. And there is about a 3 to 4 inch hole in here. It was hollow. So what I did is I stuffed 2-3 napkins in there. The last ½ inch, I pretty much just put a silicone, and that's all dried up and it's ready to go. So this is sealed, secure. There's gonna be no water getting in there. All right, so first things first, like I said earlier on, what I wanted to do is I wanted to wrap this little area right here about 5 inches with regular fishing braid. This is a 100-pound test. I have also a 120-pound test, but it doesn't matter what you use. I just want this for extra security. So I'm gonna go ahead and take care of that, and then we'll get on to the 1/8 regular rope. We're going to move on to the next step. We're gonna put our 1/8 nylon braid, and we're gonna go up about 10 inches. All right, so that's our 11-inch mark right there. So we're gonna use 3 colors on this one. And the thing about this, you guys, is you guys can go with whatever colors you guys want. There's no right way, there's no wrong way of doing this. I recommend you guys start from the top and work your way down to the bottom. This way, this little area right here can be secured and covered, which we'll get to that momentarily. So go ahead and start in the rear. This way you get a cleaner look up front, okay? All right, so first things first, we're gonna go ahead and start. And when we start this procedure, you don't wanna go very tight right away. Go ahead and wrap it once, twice, and then you wanna start pulling on it. All right, there we go. We got 2 wraps. Now I'm gonna give it a nice little tug. There we go. All right, so this is what I mean about the front side. So this is the front of the gaff. There we go. This is the front of the gaff. Look how clean that looks. This is the back side. See? So just FYI, guys. This way, you guys don't get to the bottom and then realize that you should have started from the other side. So in every 2-3 turns, I'm probably gonna give it a nice little tug. And I don't know if you guys can see on the camera, but you see how the black sticks out a little bit more than the other 2. So that's a good thing because that'll give you some grip. This is looking really, really good. I like the looks of this color. On the next one, we're gonna go with a maroon and black. Now that we're here, at this point, we wanna secure, here we go. So we wanna secure and lock this in. So anyways, you take your rope and you go over this 2 or 3 times, and then you pull it with this. We'll see how this works. I haven't done it. I've seen it. They're all out. So now it's secured. All we have to do is just push this down, make everything nice and neat. Cut these. So I'm gonna go ahead and take care of that right now. I'm gonna pull on everything. Whew, that's a workout, fellas. Not bad for our first attempt at doing this. see how this turns out. Not bad at all, huh? Came out sweet looking, huh? That's the front. There's some loose threads, so I'm gonna burn them real quick. All right, step 2 for this process. I picked this up earlier today when I was at Walmart shopping for just envelopes. And this stuff right here, you will not find it in the tool department where all the rope is. You have to go to the sewing department to find this stuff. What do you guys think, huh? It's gonna look good once you hit it with epoxy. So I think I'm gonna start on the other one, and then after that, we're gonna do the handles. We should get all that done tonight, and then we can probably hit it with 1 coat of epoxy tonight, and then hit it with another one tomorrow, and then let them dry. All right, so it looks like we're done with this one. Just got to put a little bit of nylon rope up here, just like the other one. And we are good to go. That looks good. What do you guys think? You guys like this one or the other one? Let me get started with this nylon. So what you do, what I learned is after you wrap it around several times, you want to take your crazy glue and just dab it like this, just brush it on there. I dab the sides, the front, and then the top, just like that. Just rubbed it up against the rope, and it pretty much set. After we cover this with epoxy, it'll be permanent on there. You know, this hook's gonna be strong. This ain't going nowhere. It looked really good. Good grip. All right, let's move on to the next step. All right, so I went upstairs to my workstation. I cut these. They're pretty much almost even. I had to cut the other one maybe an extra quarter just because there was a crease. So these are about 34 inches. All right, so there we go. We have our mark. That's where our wrap, our shrink wrap is gonna go. Put it around the end like that, but underneath, we're gonna use this. We're gonna make a spiral. This way we can get grip. So once we hit this with the heat gun, it'll shrink, and then this will stand out and you'll have the grip. So let's go ahead and get started. So this isn't final. We may just do, actually I gotta measure this too. Okay, let's get started. I don't know if I'm gonna use 2 or 1, depending on how this comes out. We'll see right now. It's done, 1 more should do it. Do it, huh? What do you guys think? Look pretty even. It's moving the rope. Yeah, it's for sure moving the rope because it's split right here. I think I'm going to have to use a single, because if I use double, it's gonna move, but let's see. See, I felt it splitting. All right, so that didn't work. Let's remove this. See, when you guys are doing this, you guys will already know what to do. Let me take care of this. All right, boys and girls. So this is where we're at. Got the spiral in there. It's all single. So same thing as we tried to do with the double rope. Took out one, now it's just single. So it's a single spiral, and there's about a 2-inch gap between each one. Take our heat gun. This is my first time ever working with this stuff. So I'm gonna start off slow. Remember, if I mess up, it's on camera. And you guys get to learn from my mistakes. That's pretty much it. Now I'm gonna put a little bit of epoxy in the inside. Let's see, I may have to cut. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut, which is fine. Anyways, we're gonna have to trim there, maybe about, I wanna say a quarter. I'll start at a quarter, see what that looks like. And if we go too much, then I'll just put a piece of vinyl on there. All right, so last night after I pretty much finished putting on the handle with the twists and the end cap, I pretty much took these gaffs upstairs to my work office and decided to put a few decals, nothing crazy, no names or anything like that. I was thinking something like West Coast or SoCal or something like Get 'em, you know, but no, I decided to stay away from that because I really couldn't come up with something. But I did put on these stripes to go with the nylon colors. So this one right here, maroon, black, and then up here you see the maroon and black stripe. We got teal, navy, and black. Teal, navy, and black. Doesn't that look nice? So what I'm working on today is so we're gonna start the epoxy process. I'm pretty much gonna mix this up. It comes like this. Let me point this camera down. All right, so I wanted to give you guys a better picture of what we're working with. Purchased this on Amazon, 8 ounces on each bottle for a total of 16. It's 1 part to 1 part. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mix 1 to 1. I'm probably gonna go with like 1.5 ounces of each. Try it out, and then try it out on these ropes right here. We got the thin one, we got the paracord, and we got the nylon braid that we used on our sticks. And so we're just exploring right now, trial run. This way we don't mess up on our pretty gaps. The camera probably won't capture it, but I see the little white bubbles. Oh yeah, it takes them out. It takes them out really nice and easy with this. I'm gonna get to work. I'm gonna mix this stuff, and then I'm gonna get to work on the gaffs, and you guys will pretty much watch the process, all right? So they're both ready to go. And I have a piece of styrofoam down at the bottom, just in case any of it drips down there. Should have started from the top, huh? One thing I'm noticing right now is that once this hits the maroon gets really dark, so hopefully it's moved up that way. Not liking how this maroon is turning really dark. It's gonna suck. Yeah, that maroon turned black, turned really dark. You can't even tell that it's maroon anymore. That sucks. Had I known, I would have gone with a different color. But here's the thing, I make the mistakes and you guys learn from it. order for the bamboo to look good, you have to go thick. Make sure I didn't get any on the handle. This one is good to go. We're gonna hang it up and let it dry. So yeah, the maroon looks black. Sucks. But yeah, we're just gonna let that one dry overnight and see what it looks like tomorrow. And we will hit it with a second coat. So yeah, I'm curious to see what's gonna happen once I hit this with epoxy. If it's gonna turn dark like this one did. All right, in this next process, what I'm doing is I'm taking some of this old epoxy. This actually sets really quick. I think within an hour, so it's quicker than the other one. So I just had it. It's old, but it still has some. I think it does. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mix this, put some of this stuff inside the butts. This is trash, this is trash, this is all trash. So we're pretty much done with this process. Next, we're gonna move on, apply the second coat of epoxy resin. And then after that, we're pretty much done. All right, what's going on YouTube? So we're all done with the process. Process was pretty long, but it was worth it because, you know, I did it myself, learned how to make these things, and you know, you guys are gonna learn from my mistakes. But after working with this stuff, I did clear. I hit it with 2 coats and I let them dry for about, it's been about a day and a half now. Actually coming on 2, today's gonna be the second day. So after working with this stuff, I like this stuff, really good stuff, 1-to-1 ratio. It's strong, easy to work with again, can't mess it up. Just stir 8 to 10 minutes after that smoky white look goes away, the cloudy look. Once it turns clear, you're ready to go. And once you smear on your surface or whatever it is that you're using, if you're using a brush, you know, like I said, just use a heat gun or a torch to take out the bubbles. One thing I noticed that it starts to run. It starts to run after a while if you put on a thick coat, which is expected. But babysit, if you're gonna do this on the gaff, babysit it and make sure you go over the pole at least 2 or 3 times. I would say every 15 minutes is what I waited. So I came downstairs, checked on them. I noticed that there was a couple parts where it was running down. So all I did was just hit it with the brush, went up, down, a couple times. And I did that twice. And checked them out the very next day. They came out really nice. So check it out. I saved these pieces. So this piece was from one of the containers that I took out. This stuff is, like I said, it's strong. I like, here's one of the other ones. Let me take this out. Just so you guys know what you're getting yourself into if you use this stuff. Like I said, I highly recommend this stuff. Everything's dry right here. And none of it feels gooey, none of it feels tacky. Not tacky, it is completely dry. This thing is hard. Let me take a hammer to it so you guys see. There, couldn't even crack it. Here's that one piece that we started out with as practice. Everything is rock hard right here. And this was only with 1 coat. Now I'm gonna hit regular wood. Look at that, didn't even damage anything. So this is some good stuff, you guys. Link in the description. All right, let me put this away. Let me show you guys the gaps. And let me show you guys the bonus. Oh, here's another thing. So I think that after hitting this thing twice with the resin, the colors for sure got dark. I think it has to do with this being shoelaces, because the other one, the paracord over there that's teal, didn't seem to darken much. So I think this has to do with the shoelaces. I'm not knocking on the epoxy resin product. I think if I would have just like poured it on there like that and let it sit there like a blob, the color would have ended up showing a little bit better. But I'm not gonna be bothered by it too much. This thing is strong, sturdy. That's the finished product. This thing looks really good. Butt cap, that thing's going nowhere. And so you can see it in a couple little spots where it ran a little, so I have to sit there and brush. But you can only see if you look at it up close. Like here's a few spots. It actually makes for grip, so I mean, you know, it's all good. All right, so here's the other one. This is the maroon and black handle decal. The finish on this one came out nicer. Now the color on this, you can barely even tell it's maroon. So like I said, I think it's the way I brushed it. I think it's using shoelaces. So I think at the beginning of the video, I said check out the shoelaces because you're gonna find a variety of colors. Maybe it isn't the way to go. Okay, so maybe look for a regular braided nylon rope and not shoelaces. This way, you know, your color doesn't fade away once you apply the epoxy coat. But other than that, these are strong. They came out really well, other than the color thing. Let me show you guys some video, and I'll show you guys the bonus that I threw in. All right, now for the bonus. So check it out. Not too bad, not too shabby, huh? I had leftover rope, and of course I had plenty of the epoxy resin, so I said why not. And this one's really quick. I did this one with one coat, but everything's on there solid. And yeah, I'm happy with the way this one turned out too. So, all right, fellas, so that pretty much wraps it up. We are good to go. These are good to go. They're ready to gaff some fish. If there's anything that you see on this video that I should have done differently, let me know. Drop it down below in the comment section. This way, next year, next season, when I make some more, you know, I can learn from my mistakes. And I've already learned from my mistakes, which is pretty much the string. Maybe test it and hit it with epoxy first. This way I can get some better clear coloring and they're not so dark. But other than that, these things are beautiful. Another thing, you guys, price-wise, cost-wise, how much did I spend? So after adding everything up, I spent about anywhere from $160 to $170 for everything. So that's not a lot because these usually sell anywhere from what? I've seen them from $150 to $300. And if you think about it, if you make two out of that $160, $170 that you spent, you could turn around and sell one and get $150 to $200 easy. And you pretty much made yourself a free gaff. You know, all it is you're paying for your time. So that's one way of looking at it. But yeah, these things are gorgeous, man. I can't wait to gaff some fish. Really grippy, really hard. These things are heavy duty. Pretty stoked on these things, man. So hope you guys learned from my mistakes. Hope this helps you guys in your gaff making process. Yeah, these are pretty much ready to go. If you have any questions, drop them down below in the comment section. I will get to them. I'll see you guys on the next one.